I'm unmuting. Look how I'm unmuting. Oh my God, there we are. Excellent, excellent. How are you? How are you? I can't hear you yet. Okay. Unmute. May we all unmute if possible. Yes. Excellent.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, how you doing?
Welcome.
Hi, Bill.
Excellent. Hi there. Hi there.
Hi, Bill.
Excellent. Deb, hi, how are you? Excellent. How are you? Excellent.
Well, welcome
What an
everyone.
amazing day here. Huh?
Is it a
Is it
beautiful
an
day
amazing
there?
day there? Huh? Let's see what we got to do here. Okay, more. Sure. See what more we can do. Record the conflict. Oh man, it's telling me. I think I'm good. Am I good now?
You seem good.
Oh, cool, excellent.
Do you want to give another 2 minutes for there's still people coming in the room?
Oh, sure. I just got in the green room. I'm not near anything else yet. How are you doing today?
Excellent. I'm here with
Excellent.
you. How else could I be doing? Fabulous.
Excellent. Very cool. Me too. Likewise. Same here with you. You know what? When Boo Boo and me woke up this morning, it was 31 below.
Below?
Below, yes.
Oh.
And a huge amount of snow had fallen overnight while we innocently slept.
Oh. Well, I'm glad
And
I'm
now
not
nobody's
there.
going. It's gone up to 15 below now. It's warming up, but it won't warm up much more than 12 below today. And there's a few cars going around, but not much going on. The sun came
I
out
imagine
well.
most people are indoors.
They're mostly indoors, yes. And it's going to last for about 3 days. So the early morning phone calls between everyone up here everything was canceled.
Oh,
I was going to go
course.
somewhere for dinner, but they said, no, the place is covered in ice. I was going to do this and they said, no, because they're covered in snow. So remember our grandparents told us March came in like a lion and went out like a lamb? I think
Yep.
now it's the reverse. Here, it's going out like a lion. That's the excitement here.
Well, it's nice here. We have buds coming out. The pussy willows are out. The chives are out.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Excellent, excellent.
I'm going to
Is
have
it
a
a
good
wonderful day
afternoon.
here? Judith says everything's coming out there, the buds and everything. Here, the birds all came back and now they're going south already again.
That's a
They're
short summer.
leaving. I know, a very short summer. Yes. Isn't that amazing?
How
Wow.
are your
Right.
eyes, Bill?
Huh? They're a
How are
lot
your
better. I
eyes?
get another injection on the 12th, but I can read stuff now.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
sometimes I get a little careful because they start to slide together, the letters.
Mhm.
And so it's amazing. It's amazing. My eyes are a lot better and my prostate is fine too now.
Oh, good. I was worried about that.
Well, thank you. The cancer is all gone.
Oh,
Excellent.
bravo.
Good.
No,
It's
it's
fabulous.
scary to say that because remember our grandparents used to tell us, don't say you're in really good health because the gods and goddesses may get pissed off.
Yes.
So I'm sure I'm not in really good health.
There you
No,
go.
it's not possible. I haven't been good at health since I was 8 or 9, I think. But I'm very grateful and I'm almost blown away by it. The treatment was wonderful. The after effects, getting over the treatment was very difficult. And so I'm glad the blood work turned out that I'm all clear now. That's
that's
wonderful. All I get now is some tiredness. And it's getting better. Every day it's a little better.
Excellent.
Bravo,
Good.
So I'm very lucky, yeah.
bravo.
And
Well-
as soon as I said that, I left the building and a house fell on top of me. That's what I think like right now.
Well, let's hope not.
Yeah, let's hope not. I look up a lot though to see if they're coming down, How do houses get up in the air? Are those the dreams we all make?
Houses in the air, perhaps?
Yes.
Would you like to introduce yourself and start? Or
Okay,
should we wait
sure.
a few more minutes?
I don't know. I got this big thing in front of me, so I just go like this and it will go. Yes,
You
it's
just
gone
start.
now. And I'm down here in the square on the right-hand bottom. Yes? Is that good? Excellent. Okay. So sometimes I don't know how I'm gonna start with anything, doesn't everyone sometimes? And then I think, well, I just start, tell a story, say something about yourself, whatever that can be. And then you'll get into contact with the people you're talking with. And so when I was a boy in Alabama, I was barely 8'2", and I ate all the crocodiles that they had there till there was nothing left for me to do. So I went further north up to New York City, and I ate all the crocodiles they had left. And the full moon, it hung so deep in my chest, and I was all so bereft that I turned to the writing of poetry for the good of my soul and my life. Avocado, cado, cado, a coda, 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 we are almost there. We are almost there. We are almost there. There. Hey, was this so long? And went out. Oh, well, we're almost there. We yeah. You can find anything you want. At any time, there was nothing more I could have done. Finding my highway in the sun, going with you this way, going with you this way. All the bright eyes deep in the riverbed, I call you endlessly home. All the bright eyes deep in the riverbed, call me endlessly home. I come from Halifax, a city of many churches. I come from Vancouver, a city of many churches. Both cities have trouble with their visions and the world. Sometimes at night, I tremble in darkness. Can you wait till I get back? I won't be long. Getting to know people is so interesting. It can take a while. You can see someone for a time doing this and that, and then one night you go to pick them up and they lunge at you with a big knife. Well, that's different, I thought, ducking. And is it refreshing when someone shows you another, and to you, new side of their personality? Is it change as good as what? Everything is interrupted, even not looking for a stasis space. We are too interesting to be perfect. We are like chairs. Sometimes we need to be recovered. If we don't get a lobotomy, life will give us one anyway. Dolphin said, with some people that you can live with, don't ever expect to really know them. All the trains have left the station now. We can be free. Is that statement iambic, really fully modified? The problems of increasing use of unmodified demonstratives is no one knows what anyone is really saying. I don't know what to do about my cerebral cortex. What are the options? Staying tuned. Adele Vista felt an alarming sense of growing dread. So hard on the cardiovascular, not so easy to bear until a bat would fly at him in the cave of his mind. And then Death would laugh hysterically, uproariously, then subdued by the tragic beauty of it all. Everything. Watching broadcast news, I see the salmon talks will resume on Monday. Well, thank God, at least the salmon are talking. Explaining narrative number 7, I came upon this explanation in a particularly arcane volume that fell into my hands from a high place up in the sky. It concerns narrative number 7, about which we're all very concerned. I got to the train station and the train was gone. I got to the train station and the train was. I got to the train station and the train. I got to the train station in the. I got to the train station and I got to the train station and I got to the train station and I got to the train station. I got to the train. I got to the. I got. With life, you never know. Meditations from Gold Mountain. Softening the hard wiring and the self-patterning we all grow to identify with. Number 18, hand wringing. Letting go of obsession, dissolving into a new paradigm ratio. Antique never were the tango steps. On their head, love is the greatest gift. You are family here, more than muskrats, more than Eleanor was waiting in the larkspur, whittling something and living in the coop board emblem gabardine night. Marauder tempest me, this maroon whisper slipped through. And here's where we get to skip pages, because amazing, luckily, I've read these already just now. It's like, I was working on this list, accumulation this morning of what I was gonna read, because there were all these appointments in the last few days, Zoom appointments, phone appointments, and physical, there were actually some physical appointments. It was very amazing. And so this morning, but I was thinking of this all week, and why we? You love some people very much. Breathe in and out, breathe in and out. Some people love you very much. They're not always the same people. There's a spell, full moon in Scorpio. You feel alone. It's a spell. Pray, however you do that, for all the millions of people going to spirit all over the world. Put them in the light. However you do that, so they don't feel so alone. I'm doing that tonight. Golden star, floating galaxy, mushroom dreams. If you feel unloved and left out of something, the spell is our worry about all the people going to spirit. Breathe in and breathe out, breathe in, breathing out. Your breath is the candle in the darkness. The light softly sing to them with. Most of these poems I'm reading are from my new book that'll be out in 2.5 weeks, called It's the Sailor's Life, Still in Treatment, Meditations from Gold Mountain. And except for this one, which is too recent to be in a book coming out in 3 weeks. This was the result of a long essay I wrote for Sashi Nag, and it's he was asking different questions about what causes a poem and how do you tell when a poem has got things in it you've written before, and how do you feel about that, and how often do you go back to a poem. Excellent, interesting questions, and I kept answering them, and I was writing parts of the essay to this poem here, and then eventually the whole essay I was writing, there's 6 parts of it, became this poem. So the essay became, I hadn't planned it that way at all, the making of this poem. There was someone strange hovering around on the deck. Can you see the deck over there? Okay, I'll show you the deck. Here's the deck. Let's see, there's the deck. Oh no, you can't. This is a Zoom. This is not a camera. By see, who says I can remember? Excellent, very cool. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Oh my God, come back. Oh my God, excellent. Somebody left.
But you're still here.
And you're still here now, excellent. Okay. There was someone strange hovering around on the deck. I was looking up at. He was peering in, strange wiry moves, long white hair, partly bald, looking and weaving in the cold winter wind. I got up from my Mac Air, went to the window door, asked, "What are you looking for?" "I'm looking for these people who want to move." "Well, me," I said, "I'm already moved. I don't need for moving now." "What were their names?" "I didn't really get their names," he said. "Where do they live?" I asked. He said, "They live at the back of this building where you're living." That's what they told me. "Do you know which apartment?" I asked. "No," he said, "I didn't get that either." "There's another apartment over there," I said, "on the lane." "Okay, I'll look," he said. "And there's this one next door," I said, me hoping they would move. We all are. They scream at each other so much. Their verbal violence so deeply upsetting, although it's getting better. Shorter episodes. It's very encouraging for everyone who hears them. She yelling, "You fucking asshole." He screaming, "Look what you're doing to me. You're killing me," etc. So I think there's a course for that. Maybe they're actors in training for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Maybe they're auditioning. You know, they're rehearsing. Yes. Okay, excellent. So I don't know. "What's your name?" I asked. "Reg," he said. "Mine's Bill," I said. And he looked like he knew. "So you're a mover?" I asked. "Yes," he said. "Can you move us closer to spring?" I asked. "I'll do my best," he said, wavering and weaving off through the parking lot and into the distance, never looking at the other apartment. What was he looking at? Was it already inside him, eating him? Two friends said he was a ghost. He had gone to Spirit months ago, and the 200-year-old building is definitely haunted. I wondered who's a ghost in and or merely ghostly, and who's not haunted sometimes. The memories we select to guide us, drive us, are they free range or carnivore? Or what carnival do we want life to remind us or renew us? And speaking of almost anything, which is which, as Putin is driven by outdated ideas, the war note ideas of complete oligarchic empire power, a ghost in his own killing machine, let's find out if he's a ghost apparition or not. There's at least one way to know. A toilet bowl set to explode when Putin sits on it, smelly but gone. And apparently this person, Reg, has been making appearances the last couple of weeks in this area, and he was buried 6 months ago. So I don't know what that says, but he's still around.
Has he appeared to you?
That was him at the door.
I see.
He said his name was Reg, and I described him, and everyone said that's him.
Hey, Bill, could you tilt your computer screen downward just a little so we can see you better?
Okay, excellent. Very cool. Genius plan. Oh, genius.
Great, perfect.
Tilting is very cool. Okay, excellent. Continue with poems from It's the Sailor's Life. Even the time frame was perfect. And he said this with such languor that made you think of so many ships coming into harbor, safely and strong, all their sails, many colors in the many shades projecting from the sky. Ah, he further thought, much of the stress falling from him, from that long wait that perhaps only he was aware of as to whether he would ship out on his favorite ship, its purple sails ablazoned in the early morning haze from the fog and changing seasons, ice turning to yellow, wishing as mellow as it could be, heading out to sea. Would he rather have stayed in the harbor without, hey, excellent, without the stress of adventure, the sometimes stress of starting always again, or for it was the adventure sure, the salt water stinging his eyes and face, the pleasure of that and the possibility of treasure always enhancing him and his radiant searching. And that's kind of like the beginning of the poem of the book, that part. Some of those others are in the book, but that's kind of like, for me, the beginning of the book, kind of. And there's a lot of meditations from Gold Mountain. I've only picked a few for this reading. But this is also from the book. Does a tree brood over a best friend saying something mean to them? Or how can they get things better between them and okay again? Maybe like it used to be. Does a tree want to be clear cut, burned to make way for more pollutants we can't breathe through, or get sick and go to spirit from? Can people get better in time and say the names of trees? Spruce, fir, pine, cedar, redwoods, maple, oak, poplar, ash, birch, willow, jade, all the fruit-bearing trees, nuts, figs, olive, Japanese maple. Think of the Amazon rainforests, source of oxygen for worldwide, the BC rainforests, many other tree places. Do trees attack each other and place fearsome, hurtful games on each other, even without knowing? Mango, orange, apple, banana. Does a tree go over a topic with someone again to try to understand, or declare a topic off limits? And if you both inadvertently encroached on each other's sovereignty, even if it's a new, unprepared for seeming circumstance? Everything is always differently changing. There is maybe no universal heading in these matters. Late at night, I've seen trees running and dancing under the full moon, ecstatic in the thundering rains, stealthy. Did anyone else see? If the only way through a people communication mess is to not bring it up again and let go and love each other regardless, then that's what to do. Everyone turns sometime, only like a tree does, growing upwards from the top, playing with the winds, warmth, hot and cold, and the rain and snow blizzards, and the no leaves, and the lights changing into the darkness, changing into the light as our lives changing. Now it's hot dogs, now it's shrouds, now it's fire wheels, now it's fair feet full insecurity, now it's love. Does a tree ruminate on all these? Mostly a tree lasts longer than us, and the beauty of the tree singing in the wind of all the elements, changing fingers and touch on the truths of time, gives us cleaning air to breathe and shelter for our adventurous becoming. At the core of this apple, a Macintosh is a 5-pointed petal or star you can plainly see. Meditations from Gold Mountain, 5. His life replete with intertextual references. At last he could see that, of course, isn't everyone's? There are no ordinary people. Really, the person is mercurial and levitating. And I go through, and you go through, a tunnel of clouds, we come to you through a long copper tube, through the bluest blue, sea washing, wishing, and rolling above us, the tides coming in and out through us, the eyes of all times glisten and shine. The sea creature's chatter of memorable lines carries its kaleidoscopic projections through the forest beings. Hearing through a willow, spruce, cedar, and alder, its eyes staring out through the night, alert beads of light. Undersea, our being feral and memorizing of texts glistening and dissolving as we coming together and stay. What does it matter what I understood? It's all given to changing, tempo and oak. All the branches we are tangle up in, root us out. And the gold mountains sing silent through our night. We hold the treed hills in our sleep of wonders. The wind keeps us to stay love, change, touch, and go and breath. The heart of this or any world, the pine cones whisper through the languorous hours.
Thank you.
Excellent. Intelligence is used to kill quickly, to kill slowly, to expand territory, to shrink the spirit, to prolong life, to help the spirit, to begin life, to end life, to destroy, etc., etc. And yet we are having a hard time saving the bananas, monarch butterflies, and bees. I overheard in a crowded cafe, could we not prepare for the future by manufacturing powdered water now and storing it in vast quantities? Well, we can for when we would really need it. Shut up, his friend said. Can't you see how hard that would be? All that packaging, it's way too much. That is too much to do, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, excellent. Oh, I need a little touch of water. Isn't it great?
Not
Can
powdered
you,
water, though.
huh?
That's not powdered water.
No, it isn't. This is from the islands of Fiji. It's Fiji
Oh.
water. It says in very small print, which I can read, if I hold the bottle really carefully, this water is authentically from the island of Fiji.
No.
What do you think the word authentically means?
It's just marketing.
Yes, copy. That's probably it. Yeah, genius. Excellent. Wow. Life is so amazing, isn't it? I was going to do some chanting about there's only this moment, sem, tem, tempo, only. I was going to do something on that because isn't that amazing? There is really only the continuing moment this is, and that we're in, and then there are all these segues and follow-ups and and chapter changings and page turnings and and magic, but there is only the present, isn't there? It's so bizarre. I mean, it's like amazing. The weather is everything, isn't it? Almost.
It has a big impact.
Yes. Like nobody's going out today. But I
Well,
did
where you are.
meditation. I had a bath. I may not go till tomorrow, but that'll be okay. And hopefully the war will be over really soon. And Putin's had such actual realistic losses that he may just back off. He's lost 8 generals now. One of the generals was in one of the tanks. Did you hear this on a convoy? And his soldiers didn't like him, and he jumped out of the convoy to have a smoke, or I don't know what they would do, that you know, when they'll walk around or something, and they ran over him. and the other 7 were shot down by Ukrainian soldiers. And they don't have any initiative training in the Russian army. I'm hearing. I don't know if any of this is true, but I'm hearing these things. So when their generals are shot down, they don't know what to do.
They're with
And
their
Putin's losses are bigger than Ukraine's losses. They say, although I don't know if you can actually say that in any meaningful way, mean anything by it, you know what I'm saying? So, but he might actually, the word is out that if he can keep Crimea and those 2 little provinces connected with Crimea, he might just leave.
Wow.
So are you hearing anything like that?
I'm not hearing anything different from what you're hearing, Bill.
Yeah. So that's the latest, huh? Yeah. But if NATO would declare it a no-fly zone, a lot of these towns wouldn't have been demolished because they could just shoot down Russian planes and missiles. Some of the Russian missiles are going faster than the anti-aircraft missiles us in the United States have given them to shoot down.
Okay.
And that's the disconnect. That's very tragic.
Is indeed.
So this is partly this next poem is, which is also in the new book, It's a Sailor's Life, is why I'm up here, where I am. And then I realized in a phone call last night, someone was asking about, I wrote a chant a long time ago called all the bright eyes in the river are calling me endlessly home. And I had no knowledge of what river that was, and I wrote it. And there's a recording with Richard Spurl, an amazing genius drummer, who I met when I was billeted into his family's home in St. John, Newfoundland, when I was in the Sound Symposium in like 1987 or something like that. And he's become, he already was, that was his first gig I did with him. And it's on Bandcamp now on a thing called Jumping Cloud. So I looked up Richard Spurl, and he's been very active drummer ever since. And so that it amazed me to hear that I've written this poem, chant, song thing called "All the Bright Eyes Deep in the Riverbed Called Me Endlessly Home," because that's what happened here. And so the river's right over there. It's like I don't know. 4 meters away. And
You're
it's right-
being Mattawa, right?
Yes, the Mattawa River. And my eyes are holding out good. I'm doing okay. Is it all right?
But how you tell me, how are they feeling? You were reading that small print on the bottle, seemed just
I know. Isn't that amazing?
It
Wait till
isn't.
I tell VJ, he'll be amazed. I
No
see him
more
in-
18-point font.
I know, copy. And this is only like this, and I can read it. Can you see that?
That's excellent. Well, I can't read it from here, but as long as you can read it, Bill, we're fine.
Okay, cool, excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. It's another highway. What is the soul but that we dream it? What is the soul but that we live it? I held you in my arms and hands, then something moved, and I held the air in my hands. Both are wonderful, you are better, another unreal comparison. And the will of the wind, often deciding many of the changes, nothing ever pans out for long, the glint of the gold in the passing light. And I begin to accept not only do I belong with the wind, but I live in the words and images. That's where, what, and who lives in my heart. Just because I like you better than air doesn't mean you'll stay. Go over it again. Air doesn't stay, it is. And the fool's gold shines as well. And the hot sun of the life and the river's song moves within me, even as I find a quiet place by the river in the north for my daughter's ashes and those of her son. I clamber down on the rocks. There is no wind. I mix their ashes together and empty the bag over the water. There is no wind. And then the wind comes up fast and there's ashes over me and the rocks. Most of the ashes went into the water. I brushed the ashes off my t-shirt into the water from my body, saying goodbye. Again, we are all part of each other's body. I tell them I will always love them. I was honored to have wonderful, brilliant times with them, and I thank them, and my eyes filling up, got into some chanting, the honey chant I used to do, all the ringing and amazing love we shared, ashes over me. There's always some slapstick, and you never know. Then you can think you will, how the wind will go, even if you belong to it. What is the soul that we dream it? What is the soul that we live it? The singing of spirits and spiritual, the chattering horses over that river there, and the raccoon lookout, chorus of voices over the sparkling, changing river, soothes us so fine as nothing else can. Love is as love's bereft. Sooth the sayer on mountaintops and basement zero, and anywhere in between. The trouble is in the attachment. The fire finds us, and whether it matches, and for how long the summer inside the moment, each moment, a galaxy we live in through. It's a beautiful galaxy, and find it somewhere else when it subsides, can't you? Where can the wanderer stay? There's less here than there, but the nature is beautiful. What is the soul that we dream it? What is the soul that we live it and love? All the care it asks for, and the benefits, and the icon tables of giraffe glassware. Oh, some water. It's a water call. Sorry.
Thank you, Bill. What is giraffe glassware?
I don't know. It's the last line of that poem. I think it comes under the heading "The Engines of Denial."
Okay,
It's just something thrown in to.
works for me. Just
Oh,
wondering.
good. Excellent. Excellent. Strange and true, my acceptance varies. For Naomi Loffer, Marie Day, and Murray Loffer, who went to Spirit recently, a brilliant artist in Toronto. And also I wanted to dedicate this reading to Ellen Jaffe, who went to Spirit very recently. And I was lucky to be friends with her. And also to Miles Cohen, who went to Spirit a couple of months ago, who I was also very lucky to be friends with. And I think of them both frequently, of course. I worked with them both a lot, especially Miles lately. We were working on a play together called The Clown Family. And I played Uncle and the Uncle Clown, and Miles was Father Clown, and Janet, his partner, was Mother Clown. And we had it all cast, and we were just working on the script. And then somehow, fairly soon before he got tired of the dialysis, which I can understand that. I would have got tired of radiation if it had lasted much, much longer. Of the side effects, I would have got very tired of. And so some of these things are challenging, and he was a very brilliant person, and so was Ellen Jaffe. She was amazing. I knew her 40 years. And she and I are both alumni of Princess Margaret Hospital in Toronto, and the Cancer Center of the Galaxy. And it is very wonderful there, and not everyone, although graduate, not everyone gets to carry on much beyond being there, of course. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Strange and true, my acceptance varies for Naomi Loffer, Marie Day, and Murray Loffer. Mostly deaf, I'm okay. As days pass, each rondelay, round road, booked and melting, aware of how much I'm missing and how much I'm gaining. we all heard that before, but I'm not touchdowning in all the promised or arranged places. Today, I would have been somewhere there or over in that place, changing ACES drama as narratives. Who didn't think it would somehow change? Another chance, and where it stops, was it really a wheel? And no one knows. It's a beautiful new day. What can you say? Last night before sunset, an eagle up in the sky, flying in amazing shapes, soars, and another eagle appears, flying together. And then two more, so high up, swooping through each other in the air. They're coming toward our house, and two more eagles join them, doing lofty, huge shapes high over our house. Here we call out, others come, and we are all looking up at the sky. At the new, now 6 eagles heading over the river toward the higher part of Gold Mountain. And we all blessings full forever, some upliftment from the floating, wondering why, and who's to love in this maybe long pandemic, and still their sky. And this time of more unknowns than knowns, the buds are slow to come out this year. It's only turning warmer now, but did you ever see 6 eagles flying together so high ever before? Maybe we don't need destination Y so much. Did you ever see 6 eagles flying together so high in the sky? I wrote that when I just came back here. That was written but maybe 2 weeks after the pandemic was declared. And that coming summer, I was going to be with you and Harvey and the twins.
That's right. And you were going to do the sound residency at Red Clay Farm.
Yes.
That's right.
And yes. And now I'm David, I'm immunocompromised. So I don't go on a bus. I don't go on a plane. I don't go on a train. I only go with a driver who's got 3 vaccinations like me. I'm getting a 4th one soon. And that's how I go from Mattawa to Toronto and Toronto to Mattawa. and there's millions and millions of people in similar situations. And it's amazing that we have all this wonder, these Zooms, so we can, and phones, we can still stay in touch with each other. And one day I was going out the window door on this ramshackle deck, I love calling it that, and there was a wire in front of me that had fallen down under the eaves trough, and so I carefully went underneath it.
An electrical wire?
Some kind of wire. So I phoned Bata and Sunny, and he came over, and they're amazing and very excellent friends. And I found out that was the wire for all of the internet in the whole building. And all through the winter, it was tucked under the eaves trough on these little gold hooks, like we put our coats and stuff on in grade school. Smaller even than that, like those small gold hooks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's there, and ice was now falling off the eaves trough, and trees were falling out of the eaves trough that had got there through a recent ice storm. Me and Boo would just sit inside and watch everything flying in the sky, but that wire never got disheveled. And Sunny stood on a railing and lifted it up and hooked it back on the little hooks underneath the eaves trough.
And what floor are you on?
This is the main floor.
Oh, okay. So the railing
Yeah,
wasn't so high off the ground.
The floor underneath has got the water pipes, and the hot water pipe last week exploded. And it makes, have you ever heard that? It makes it sound like a fire. You don't know whether you're going to drown soon or be burned alive. You know what I mean? It's that kind of sound. So then, of course, I phoned Sunny and Bata, and Sunny came roaring over, and he went down. He fixed it all. It was amazing.
You have good service there.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing. So it's very adventurous as well.
So tell me, Bill, it's A Sailor's Life. When is that coming out? That's from Talon
It's,
Books?
April 12th.
Excellent.
Yes.
Is there, do you have launches scheduled and so forth? Where
There is-
can we find
There
out?
is, there is a launch scheduled on April 12th in Vancouver, and all the new Talon books will be there at the Pyatt Hall. And I'm scheduled to be there. I was booked to be there, but I'm not allowed to be on a plane.
Okay.
And there's no way. On the 12th, I'm actually getting a new needle in my right eye.
Good.
So I'm not. So I phoned
Soon
in.
you'll have X-ray vision. So many needles.
I phoned in voice memos, and I phoned in numbers from Pete Decome's new album called Stars. And do you know if Honey Novik is in the audience?
I believe Honey Novik is in the audience. Let me just.
Okay,
get
we're not
to
ready
it.
for it yet, but we will be in 10 minutes or so.
All
Shall I
right.
read for another 7 minutes and then we'll call on Honey to join me?
What?
Excellent.
What?
In
What?
10 minutes, honey.
What am I doing? This is news to me. What am I doing, Bill?
I don't know, I said. Is it all right if I say it?
Oh, okay, fine. 10 minutes?
Okay, excellent,
Fine.
excellent.
Okay, fine.
So,
Okay.
so I had this goal, not to stray too far from what I worked out with Boo Boo, and I worked out all morning. I tried this and that, and I wanted to get that poem about a tree in. And I wanted to get that poem about It's Another Highway in, and then I wanted to get this poem in, which I'm going to read two short ones before it. That is actually one poem, I think. I don't know. Oh my God, is this going okay? I don't see anyone there.
Well,
No,
it's been-
Judith, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Excellent. Is it going okay?
It's fabulous.
Oh my
Amazing.
God. This is the first reading I've done since before the radiation.
This is the Sunday I've had in, I don't know when.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. I'm writing you now from this hotel. It's very beautiful, by the ocean, coffee and cereal, and watching the waves move through. There's bright sunshine. Some reason they don't want to tell me the name of the hotel. At least I can phone you and leave a message on your voicemail. Are you in a hotel as well now? They say there's no answer, that there are many, many, many answers. That's fine with me. They always say 3 manys, and this coffee is so good. He asked me, do I want toast with peanut butter? I demur. Wow, I have no idea what the word demur means, actually, especially in this context. I have even less idea, but it's the one that came in. And I'm helpless over, I'm helpless over the words. Excellent. What does demur mean? Do you know? Does that mean I just sort of accept it or I defer it?
You refuse politely would be my interpretation. I'm not sure
Oh my
what.
God, isn't that
would say,
amazing? When
but-
have I refused a coffee? That's, well,
Peanut butter
I
with.
guess this must be a poem in the future. Yes, I have no knowledge. Okay, wow, they have everything here. Are you in an hotel now too? Here it feels like Brighton. They say not to worry about where I am. Relax, I'm on holiday. Wow, excellent, thank you. Who knew? There doesn't seem to be any anxiety here. And the water is amazing. And the waiter is amazing. It's as if I really could spend all day sipping coffee and looking at the ocean. My memory is different, not haunted or clouded. I can feel the difference. I don't mind at all that they wouldn't or can't tell me the name of this hotel or how long I've been here. That was written during an opening at the Secret Handshake, and we all wrote poems together. It was Honey, was it Hart Brody's opening? Whose opening was it? And we all wrote poems together. And it got published in a book, and it had the painting of that Martin Owen had done on the cover.
I don't know.
Oh my
what
God,
that
here's
is.
Naomi Loffer again. Okay, so Honey, excellent. Are you excellent?
Sort of.
Why only sort of?
Because it's snowing again.
Oh, did you hear that when me and Boo Boo woke up this morning, it was 31 below here and there was a meter of snow.
Yeah, not surprising. When I woke up, everything was white.
So
I
is this
went,
the opposite of what our grandparents taught us? Remember, they taught us that March came in like a lion and went out like a lamb. This is in reverse.
maybe, maybe.
I'll read the poem. Okay. I hope you feel better soon. It's going to be spring soon.
Well, it was for a minute and then it went away.
Well, remember I shared with you when we were all excited in Foodland here about when we're having an early spring and everything, when it was 11, 12 above here and stuff, and the snow was all melting. And this very wizened person who had spent, I think, many winters here said, don't count on it.
Yeah, welcome to Ontario.
Yes. So I was going to dinner at David and Cindy's tonight. It was canceled because they're surrounded by ice. You can't get into their place.
Maybe that's a blessing in disguise.
Why? It would be beautiful.
Well,
I was taking a buttered chicken there.
well, it's enough for you and Boo Boo, I guess.
Well, we didn't get it yet.
Does everybody know that Boo Boo's the cat?
He's sleeping behind me. So I'll read this last poem and then we'll do I don't know. Did you hear about these two trains were sitting around watching some people pull out? Did you hear about that?
I don't know about the rest of you, but I did.
I am from Sugarloaf Mountain, she said, written with Naomi Loffer. And I have seen the almost musical dirge and joyous uproar of generations coming into being and leaving this being here on earth, even with the waxing crescent moon, signal for more departures and arrivals. Often simultaneously within the same group or cluster, the crying and the laughing at the first cry and the years later weeping for my mother and my father, another friend, she said, a striking deep trauma to falteringly arrange inside me. And I'm always unprepared for the continuing onslaught of the big changes, she said, and the guilt, anguish from accident, even, and the body's internal purposes, its agilities, and its letdowns. In Sugarloaf Mountain, we loved and so enjoyed our waxing crescent moon nights, the sounds of the crickets and the peepers or pipers, the baby droves and frog sounds mixing with the crickets quite loud and amplified by the magic waters of the continuing river flow all around us. And the sadness of the dangers people make between each other, the war of receipts and competing accountability, whose turf, what debt, what is it based on, watching good friends go through divorce like nations warring and trying for ceasefire, the onlookers wish, and listening and the darknesses and the human brain, soul, and motor faculties. Is it only juvenilia to never want to live with anyone again because of the pain of separating? There was better air on Sugarloaf Mountain, she added, crying. We pray for luminous, lustrous, liquid, hot evenings under the crescent moon, still waxing here on Gold Mountain, and further still from Sugarloaf Mountain, within peace, bubbles and everyone, and no killing from anyone, anywhere, And our friends like nations warring, we wish them peace and fairness, love and respect, and no fears. We wish and we hope we live in when the virus lets up and we can all hug again. Someday when we can thrive and be letting each other in the sharing again. Even the moon is waning. We keep going through all the broken hearts, ours included, and we go through hurdles and suddenly see a good friend or talk with, and clouds of experience lift, and fresh hopes and gladness happen. And a bird shouts out on the unweeping willow, and we can go on almost okay and looking for more signals of acceptance and love, looking for repair. And that poem is for Susan Spagnuolo, whose narrative gave birth to that poem. She lost her parents and a good friend. That also happened to another friend of ours, Linda Carter. And so we give out to all these people, we shout out and embrace and love all these friends who've lost so much. And we like to close readings, Honey Novak and me, by doing this chant we do together, the song that Honey does so brilliantly. And I start off falteringly, typically, usually. I don't know, I said. I said, I don't know, I said.
Bill,
Is it
Bill,
all
let me-
right if I say
Bill,
I don't know? I said, I
Let
just
me
don't know.
interrupt
I said,
you.
I don't know. I said, how can I know? I
Let
don't
me
know.
interrupt you. Let me interrupt you. Sorry, sorry. Sorry, I was just give me a minute. Okay, I think you'll appreciate. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I rarely do this, but
You've never done this before. I love it.
no, it's true. It's true. I just wanted you to know, and you'll appreciate this, that Ruth is on the Zoom.
Oh, great. Hi, Ruth.
And people should know that she formed the Friendly Spike Theater Band with Miles Cohen that Bill mentioned, and Ruth is creating an event called Remembering Friends, and it will feature most of the people that Bill mentioned. And I just really, I have to say this because these people love you. I made it my business when Bill was going through radiation to check in with him every couple of days, as often as I could, just to see his face. And I just want you to know that after every radiation treatment, he looked okay. So it was very, very encouraging for me, because a lot of people, when they go through radiation, they become gaunt. And it was, it could be scary, but Bill was an inspiration. His attitude, his spirit, and I just really want your audience to know that, Anyway, I think I'm done. And
I just want to, can I add? I just want to say Honey Novak drove me to the secret handshake when I was in my recovery period, when I was going to the bathroom about 26 times a day, literally. It's true. And sometimes it hurt incredibly. And that's true. And Honey drove me there and back. And I never would have got there on my own. I was in the bathroom all the time. It was cool to go to the secret handshake because there was a good bathroom there too. And that's part of the recovery, because radiation has collateral damage. Excellent. Now I only go to the bathroom about 5 times a day. It's like so better. It's amazing. So I'm very lucky and I'm very grateful.
And we're lucky.
There and for there and back 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think. It was amazing. Thank you, Honey, again and again.
Oh, my honor. And the pita pit, I turned him on to chicken pita pit.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Hey, Bill, just in case, I'm not sure that everyone knows about the secret handshake. Do you want to tell everyone what that is?
Okay, but Honey and me do want to start our number together. We want to start our sound poem together. The Secret Handshake is a peer support group for people with schizophrenia. And it was founded by Jordan Stone and Abraham, Mark Belvedere, and myself in 2006. It's Jordan Stone's vision. It's his idea so that people can do peer support with each other in all the different phases and different realms of consciousness they're going through. And as it turns out, most of the people are artists, painters, writers, or singers, but it's not necessarily so at all. It just turns out that way. So we do performances, and there's a lot of what is that word? Intercultural harmonies and thrills and excitements. So and it's very wonderful. And so 06 is how many years ago? That's like 16, 18 years ago. It's like unbelievable. And we're on Baldwin Street, 170A Baldwin. We do peer support Wednesday and Thursdays, 1 to 4. And on Saturdays, we have a gallery showing always. And now, because of the pandemic, there are longer shows and there aren't openings and there aren't readings with large audiences, but there will be again soon. And Simon Hunter, I love calling him Hunter, but his name is actually Hutton. It's a mistake I've made that he and I joke about. Simon Hutton has recorded people. Honey Novik has recorded, Naomi Loffer, Daniel F. Bradley, many brilliant writers and singers he's recorded. And they're on Bandcamp now, the continuing Secret Handshake series. And so we're doing as much as we can, even though we've gone through 3 lockdowns now, but we've kept it going in a very minimal way, but kept it going. And books, there's a new book of Honey Novik's, and
Bob
that is
Dylan, my rabbi.
Bob Dylan is my rabbi. It's a brilliant book. And so it's amazing what's going on. And Hart Brody does the designs of the books. The new one is Daniel F. Bradley's. It'll be coming out very soon. And recently there was Christina Keddy's Momentum, and also Helen Posno, Water from the Well, and many others. But I'm so excited with everything we're doing at the Secret Handshake, and that Honey is here, and I can start my faltering intro. I don't know, I said. I don't know, I said.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
What can I know?
Don't
What can I know? How can I know? I was like, oh, what should it do? There's so many
I don't know.
stars. Where did the stars come from? Are they where they've always been, or are they where what we see stars? Are we seeing what we saw when we saw? When we seeing stars, the stars, there's so many stars. Are they here now, or are we seeing the echoes of where they were? Where they were, where they are, where they were, where we are. Are we of Sholi? We, well, we should believe that. Oh, his arms around him and all the rain trembling in. His arms around him and all the rain trembling in. His arms around him and all the rain trembling in. His arms around him and all the rain trembling in. Oh, her arms around her and all the rain trembling in. Her arms around her and all the rain trembling in. Her arms around her and all the rain trembling in. Her arms around her and all the rain, all the rain, all the sweet rain, all the sweet rain, trembling in, trembling in. His arms around her and all the rain trembling in. His arms around her and all the rain trembling in. His arms around her and all the rain trembling in. His banging on the walls now, and all the rain trembling in, and all the rain trembling in. Oh, Shiva. Wow. Sweet rain trembling in. Thank you, honey. Did you hear them banging on the walls behind me?
I did. Was it those neighbors again?
Yes.
Oh
Isn't
my
that great?
goodness. And I mean, these people just heard it in a poem. You can't believe the noise. We were on the phone and I could hear it on the phone from Mattawa.
They only like their own noise.
And they like you to listen.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you,
Well,
honey.
thank you, Judith.
Thank you, Judith.
Oh, well, thank you, honey. Thank you, everybody.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
everyone for
Have a
being
beautiful
here.
day, everyone. Big hugs, big hugs.
Group
hug.
hugs. Wonderful. Thanks, Bill. Thanks,
Oh,
everyone.
thank
Oh,
you
great.
so much.
Everyone's showing
Thank you.
themselves.
How
Hi.
many were there
Beautiful,
there?
Will. Thank you. It was really an inspiration. And thanks, Judith.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Richard.
Hey,
Thanks, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Thank
Oh,
you,
my
Bill.
God,
Thank you,
excellent. Thank
honey.
you.
Thank you, Judith.
have a great day.
Thank you. You have a great day too.
Yeah. Bye.
Excellent.
See you in
Bye-bye,
Farnborough soon.
everyone. Wow, wonderful people.
What's the title of the book?
It's a sailor's life still in treatment. Meditations
aren't we
for
all?
gold. Yes, it's a lot.
Oh, how nice to see all these faces now.
Yes, yes. Did I see Franco? Did I see Franco there? Someone looked like Franco, I saw. Yes. But everyone looked wonderful. Yes. Excellent, excellent. I hope you both have the most beautiful day ever. Are you going to go for a run along the beach? Out of the waves cascading?
Well, maybe not into the waves. It's a bit chilly for that.
Oh, yeah,
but
right.
With the dogs. Maybe up above from the beach. Still a
Wow.
bit chilly to be in the water.
Yes.
Need to
How
go
many
to Florida for
How many
that.
people tuned in?
I think we had 23.
Okay, because Shobin will ask me that. Yeah. Shobin.
Yeah, and
Good.
23 registered in. A few were
Okay.
were in groups, but
Okay, cool. Excellent. That's great. Harvey, are you wonderful?
I'm great, thanks. How
Yeah,
could
you
I
look
not
awesome.
be?
Huh?
How could I not be?
That's true. That's very true. Yes. Yes. Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Excellent, in
Oh,
fact.
you live in
Yes.
a log house?
Yes.
Oh, that's so
Log house.
wonderful. I used to a long time ago. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Sure is. Can't leave it.
Whereabouts is it?
It's in Rigaud, Quebec, so near the Ontario border.
Oh, wow. Genius.
1783.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent.
And
Where-
where are you? Where are
Boo-boo.
you?
I'll show you Boo Boo if you want to see Boo Boo.
Yeah, I want to see Boo Boo.
I don't want to see Boo Boo.
Everybody?
You
I
have to
hear so
hear
much
Boo Boo.
about
Boo
this
Boo's
Boo
got a
Boo.
voice.
Some people want to meet you. Okay.
Yeah, Boo Boo. What? Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo. Look, there's
Talk to me,
honey.
Boo Boo. Come
Boo
on,
Boo
Boo
is all better now.
They
Boo Boo's
have
all
to
better.
hear Boo Boo's voice. No cats have a voice like that. Come on, Boo Boo, it's me. Come on. What are you waiting for, Diva Boo Boo?
With
Come
sound
on.
asleep.